Okay, let's begin. So this is the first video in the series of Thinking Like a Psychologist. So these videos can help you master the fundamentals of psychology and develop that thought thinking patterns that's required for thinking like a psychologist. In terms of psychology, you can think. So this video is on introduction. What is psychology in very basics. We are starting from that. Okay, so understanding psychology. Why do people study psychology? Why do people study psychology? So the answers can be uh, they want to understand what people think, they want to help, or they want to change somebody's behavior, or they want to understand the cause of people's behavior. Uh, so it's understanding of why humans act the way they do, like why some people they dedicate their lives for serving the society, and then we have some other sections of people they dedicate their lives to destroy, right? They become violent. So why does it happen? So psychology tries to answer these questions of why do some people become violent, and why it is that others they are very dedicated and they are serving the society, why some people forgive, why some people choose to take revenge, why people love, why people hate, this kind of questions, or why people react the way they do. This type of answers you try to psychology tries to understand that why do wars, why do bomb blasts, why do hatred, why do violence they still exist in the world today, why do people turn into criminals, why do people turn into terrorists, what is the answer, what is the so psychology tries to establish a rational principle, or you can say a principle that can help us understand why, the reason. And when you understand the reason, something can be done to eradicate that problem. So psychology seeks to understand the root cause of different types of behaviors like in pain, you're in pain, you've done something, revenge, trauma, why it is happening, right? So psychology tries to understand that. And also psychology tries also to understand that what human beings can do, what human minds are capable of. Humans, definitely, the mind of a human, it possesses unimaginable strength. It only depends on how you have trained your mind and how you are utilizing that mind. Mind is a resource. Mental resource is one of the powerful resource that humans have at their disposal, which you can use. So it depends how they have trained their mind, that decides on which direction they will go, whether they will use their mind to destroy, or whether they will be using their mind to build something, whether they will use their mind to hate or to love. So these are all the different sides of, so suppose facing a failure, depending on how the mind is conditioned, some people can choose to never give up, some people can give up on first instance, or trying to establish a habit. After some days you encounter some boredom, or you don't want to do, I will start tomorrow, that thought you can have develop. So why some people choose to like flow through those moments of uneasiness. Definitely when you are trying to establish a habit, you will have some uneasiness or discomfort, you're trying to grow. So it also, psychology also tries to answer that question, that what is it that drive people to continue or imbibe that habit. It depends on what is the motivation, what is the reasoning. Those all things in the background, they decide, they act as a force. Mostly, as for this basic lesson, you can understand what amount of energy emotionally has been invested in that establishing that habit. That will give clarity. So understanding what is the importance of psychology. So it's a subject, it is not confined to a single definition. Like earlier it used to be, this is the definition of the past. Psychology coming from the root psyche. Psyche means soul, and science, logos means science. So that together makes a study of soul, right? So it evolved over a period of time. Different schools of psychology, they came up and they gave their own theories. This is the way it works. So it is in the process of evolution. Like it will continuously develop, right? Maintaining a continuity, right? It continuously evolves, just like humans, their behavior that shapes according to the learning or conditioning or training that they are giving, or the nature of perception. If you are perceiving certain things daily, and also depending on how you react to those perceptions, what you do in those situations, that decides your behavior. So psychology today, it is about mental process experiences, studying mental process experiences behavior. When you solve a problem, it is your mental process at work. And understand that mental process and the brain process, they are not like they are not the same, but also like they are not so different because they are interdependent. So something in the brain can trigger the like corresponding response in the brain, and that brain can trigger the muscle releasing of chemicals so that your muscles, you are able to lift. That happens. So when you solve a problem, you are using your mind, and your brain will give the signal. It will trigger the memory, and you will remember based on your training, based on how far you have trained your mind, how familiar you are with that, you will use, and you will use your hand, you will use your like speech to explain something. It depends, right? So when you feel happiness, that is your experience. So whenever you're feeling something, that is your experience part. So it's something that is happening in the mind, that's part of emotional process, sorry, mental process. So when you do some action, that is your behavior, that can be seen external behavior. So let's discuss them in detail as to what it is. So what is mental process? So whatever happening in your mind, and whatever happening in the mind, definitely it has a linking to, it uses body as a vehicle to express itself. So you can say that mind, if you compare it with computer software, hardware software, so the brain can be said to be the hardware part, and the mind is the software part, where the programs are, where the programs are related to whom to trust, what to eat, right? What type of people to associate with, that is decided. What type of career to choose, that you decide. When you think, you imagine something, you remember something, these are all part of mental process. And when the mental process, they are not separate, like it also has a like effect on the brain processes, it affects the brain processes. They are different. Mental process, brain process, they are different. We'll see. I have particularly explained what is exactly the difference between them. So let's take an example. Thinking, when you try to solve something, plan something, then learning is memorizing something, or yeah, memorizing, training yourself in particular skill or something. Remembering is remembering your childhood memories or something you are trying to remember. Decision making, you are deciding what to eat, what career, whom to trust. So these all are part of your mental process. So it also, and in your brain also, neurons are having a particular pattern that like guides or the signal. It mind and brain, they work together to to take the decision to of trusting anybody or what career to pursue. It depends on your memories, what kind of memories you have about people, and a lot of things. So as we proceed further with the different videos I will be making, so you will get more clarity as to what mental process is, how mind is formed, what is the formation of mind, and so on. So as of now, just try to understand that brain is something a different entity, mind is something different entity. So brain is a physical organ that is inside your skull. the brain activities can be monitored. That is different imaging techniques, different techniques we can use to record the activities of the brain. And mind is a complex system which we cannot record, but the effect of mind on the brain, that can be recorded. So we can study that, and from that we can get some idea of what is exactly there. Because see, for example, like in interior of Earth, we have a lot of like hot lava, so that comes out. So we have not gone to the center of the Earth and studied it. We are studying, we are seeing the product outside. What is the product? That lava magma has come out. So we can give some estimate and we can estimate what is there. So that only we are trying to do in psychology. Some behavior has popped up. Somebody is are behaving, they are saying in certain way, right? They are acting in certain way. Try to understand what is the root of that, right? So in terms of brain and mind, so brain mind is the source and brain is that outcome. You can, it can be reflected, the activities can be read from there. Then experiences. So what you feel in life, that is your experience. Whatever feelings that you are feeling, that is your, that can be termed as an experience. Now, no two people watching the same movie, they can have people watching movies, they can have different experiences. Someone can enjoy that movie, the scary movie. Someone can feel terrified watching that movie, right? They can have nightmares, right? While other can chill on, go about their life with whatever work they are doing. It is because the mind is interpreting experience in different way. It like interprets that perception is going on, the process, cognitive process, that is different. So based on past memories, maybe some bad experiences you might had, what is the emotions, mostly it is about emotion that you have attached to it, right? When you are watching a movie, you are particularly hooked and your brain is not able to like decide. It depends on the intensity with which you are watching. Brain is not able to decide whether what is so brain cannot decide whether it's a real experience or it's a unreal experience. Based on a thought also, brain can start behaving in a certain way. So that is what happens, like people starting to have phobia. Somebody having fear of, they are afraid of dog, so they see a dog. Dog has not bitten them, but their body can give that experience. They can choose to change the path or they can choose to go some other way. Just by seeing the dog only, they can, that emotional response can get triggered. So, seeing a dog, some people can feel love, warmth, care. Seeing a dog, some people can feel, oh, it is going to bite me. Right? What is the difference? The difference is of emotion, the difference is of knowledge, it's of training, how their brain is trained, how their mind is trained, how your mind is trained, or how their mind is trained, right? So, it is a complex process actually. So this is experience, same event, different experiences. Why it happens that event is same, but people are experiencing it differently because of this phenomena. Their knowledge is different, emotionally, the energy is different, memories are different. So when you travel in a crowded bus during summer, you may feel irritated, right? But you are traveling with a close friend, you're on a picnic, you can enjoy the same journey. Or suppose if your train is at a certain time, like 7 a.m., every day you have a habit of waking at 10 a.m. So you will, maybe you will wake up at 6 a.m. because of the energy, that emotion that has been invested there, because of the experiences that it will bring. Your the experience is different, the behavior is different. It all depends on your emotion and how you like shape it, channelize it. So experiences, they are shaped by internal conditions, conditions of your thinking, thought pattern, neural pattern, habits, like a lot of things come. So you can, so enjoying on a beach, having experience, like then sad experiences, meditating, different experiences we have. Then next is behavior. Behavior is external expression of internal mental process. So the mental process of thinking, visualization is also a mental process, and remembering something, that is also example of an example of mental process. Then behavior that can be seen, that overt behavior, talking, walking, whatever you are doing externally, that can be seen. But feeling, now this can be noticed, but mostly like they cannot be directly observed. Only we can get some hints about it. Like thinking about future, brain can react in a different way. So every behavior is influenced by stimulus. There is a stimulus, there is a mental stimulus, there is emotional stimulus. So a stimulus causes a response. If like a very good food, auditory stimuli, the stimulus of smell, right? The brain decodes that and you give the response. Oh, what a smell! Let's eat, right? Like that. So every behavior that we do is influenced by stimulus that is causing a response. You see a tiger, you feel fear, you run. You see a joke, you hear a joke, you laugh about it, right? Okay, so why we react? You react because every behavior is triggered by something internally or externally. So you see a fire, external stimuli, you decided something, you think about your future, you started working hard. It depends on a lot of things that we have, past memories, whether you believe that this thing will work or not, your emotional energy that you are investing there, your focus that you are investing there, that will decide. So why do people react differently in the same situation? Why does somebody, one person become confident while other they feel anxious? Right, now the sum up of this, what to take away from this slide, right? So the aspect is behavior, external behavior. We are talking about that visible behavior. So this is any action that is observed. So you're writing an exam. What is happening in the brain? So brain can send signal of your memory. It can activate that part, neurons related to that, neural patterns related to what is being asked in the exam, and also what you have remembered, like what you have studied actually, and how many times you have practiced it. Based on that only, brain forms strong neural patterns of memory. So mind thinks, it does the thinking, remembering, and also it triggers and activates the brain, and brain in turn activates, stimulates, you can say, the neurons in different parts. Mental process is something invisible. So activities of the mind like thinking, learning, remembering, problem solving, that will only happen in the mind. You will think of something, you'll so solving, while solving a math problem, suppose in this examination, so memory area of the brain can get activated depending on what training you have given your mind. So mind can start to think, okay, this is the question, I have to proceed in this way. Then experience, it's an internal feeling. So so you feel different feelings, right? So different emotions you feel based on different situation. So you're feeling good when after working hard you get a good marks, like you score good, so you can feel happy about it. So brain can release chemicals related to it, and mind can feel that joy. You can be the state of tranquility, serenity, right? That is experience. So a stress response, so you're feeling pressure. So stress response is like when the body is heightened, different thing happens in the body, and also this I will discuss in great detail in coming videos. So you are giving exam and you are in the state of that heightened focus, right? It depends on how you have trained your mind. So brain can release different hormones based on how it is trained. So it all depends on the memory. So mind can feel nervous, or it can feel like, yeah, oh, I know this question, yeah, I can do this. So it depends. So different people give different responses, and in the same situation, for example, writing an exam. So What happens in the brain is a result of what has happened in the mind, right? That is being carried forwarded in the brain. So mind will think, then the brain memory area will get activated if you're trying to solve a problem. So that's all for this video. Do let me know in the comments your feedback. I'll try to improve and I will try to adapt. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you in the next video.